The best of Money Matters. Right Business.
Welcome to The Right Business, where we dive deep into the stories of trailblazers who dare to disrupt the status quo, find the gap in the market to find the right business. Hello, I'm Hongbin Jeong. As remote and distributed teams become the norm, organizations are facing new challenges in keeping corporate data secure while enabling employees and third parties to work efficiently from anywhere. Evren Workspaces was founded to address this exact challenge, a platform that provides fully managed, secure, and policy-enforced workspaces on any device without the complexity of traditional virtual desktops or restrictive browsers. It's designed to let teams work freely while ensuring sensitive information stays protected, all with zero trust security at its core and compliance with rigorous standards. And to share more about how Evren is helping remote teams work securely and productively, joining us today is Gaurav Nagar, who is the founder and CEO of Evren. Hi, Gaurav. Welcome to the show. Thank you so much for joining me.
Hi, thanks for having me.
All right, just to start off, could you tell us more about the story behind Evren and what inspired you to start the company?
So both me and my co-founder Fabrice, we have been security practitioners, worked in various different roles together and apart. We were seeing an uptick in outsourcing, especially developer outsourcing, coming with your AI tools proliferating into the organization. But what we saw is that for security, the dev teams were very frustrated because for security, we either shipped a laptop or we gave them a slow virtual desktop somewhere in the cloud or in a data center. So we thought we can build something like Evren that puts productivity first and then security is naturally inbuilt.
Okay. So, a lot of enterprises today face challenges in securing remote teams and third-party collaborations without hampering productivity. So what gap have you identified which others weren't addressing?
So most of the time when companies outsource development work, what happens is the users are generally using their personal devices or a third-party device that the organization that is the customer has no control on. And this happens a lot in medium-term dev shops, or it also happens in larger outsourcing houses, but where they provide them with a virtual desktop. Think of it as like streaming somebody else's PC pixel by pixel. And it's really frustrating. And we see this uptake, as I mentioned, in developer outsourcing, and we thought this is the bottleneck that we want to unlock with a product that solves the pain of the developer by increasing their productivity and having security inbuilt.
Interesting. Well, Evren was created as a secure, fully managed workspace that runs directly on any device without the complexity of traditional VDI or restrictive browsers. So tell us more about how your workspace works. Is it more of a platform, a security solution, or a combination of both?
We want to call it as a remote work productivity tool. So think of it as you want to work out of your personal computer, but there's a lot of restrictions on how you can connect to a corporate network. Instead of that, I just give you an app that runs on your machine, and you can access anything on your work that is allowed to you through that app, and you can't transfer any data to your personal device or vice versa. So what it does basically that your work is happening inside an isolated policy managed environment, but it feels like your computer.
So how does Evren allow employees and third parties to work freely while keeping corporate data completely secure and isolated from personal apps and files?
So basically, the work happens inside an isolated environment. Think of it as a policy-managed workspace that feels local, so you don't have any issues. And what you have with the virtual desktops, like lag, productivity, slowdown. So teams will always stay productive. And because it's isolated, nothing from the workspace ever goes into your personal computer.
Right. Well, then walk us through a typical deployment. For example, how does a company onboard remote developers?
So different types, but more generally, it will be that a company would onboard a dev shop, which might have 500 or 200 people that I, as a company, hire. And I have two options. I can ship them a laptop or rely on whatever the offshoring company uses, which in most of the cases, the offshoring company does not care about your security and compliance. So larger organizations who have the means would either ship a laptop or give them a virtual desktop. With Evren, you can actually give them a software and the end users can get started within 5 minutes without any procurement or any other complexity.
Right. Well then, Gaurav, in what ways do you see Evren standing out, not just in terms of security, but also how it enhances productivity and workflow for modern teams?
Our main goal is to remove the friction that security adds for development workflows. So no lag, no shipping of hardware, no exuberant costs of virtual desktops. Developers will get their full tool set, whatever they need to work faster, while the security teams can still have the peace of mind without slowing anybody down. That's the overall how we see it.
Okay, so what kind of feedback have you been getting from enterprises using Evren? Any standout examples that show how the platform is changing the way teams work securely?
We have customers who have never had a video call with their teams because they are all using a virtual desktop, and because of the latency and the lag from the user to the server, people have never had a call face-to-face with their offshore teams. And we have, by implementing Evren, because it's lag-free and local, they've been able to, actually have these calls. There is no complaints of developers complaining, oh, my workspace is slow, I can't push the code. So there are numerous of such examples that by removing the one simple problem of latency and lag, customers feel happy and see more productivity gains.
Well, looking ahead then, Gaurav, what exciting new features or innovations can companies expect from Evren in the near future?
So we are rolling out, deeper integrations with Enterprise Toolkit, whether they are developer tools, whether they are security tools. So company can still have their existing security stack, development stack built in. So when the developer actually installs that software, everything that they would do in a typical onboarding is already done for them. We are also working out on AI-ready workspaces to provide AI tools for development built in as well.
All right, some great information there. Thank you so much, Gaurav, for joining me today.
Thank you very much for having me. Have a good day.
Thank you. That was Gaurav Nagar, founder and CEO of Evren. This has been The Bright Business with me, Hongbin Jeong.
To listen to more great interviews, download our podcasts at audio.sg or download the audio app. That's AWEDIO, audio at the App Store and Google Play.